I love cats. I'm a cat lover, dude. So pirate rules. No bathing is not a rule you probably want to keep, actually. No boys on the ship is just so... That's just so telling. No sharing pirate secrets. Always share plunder. Always bury treasure. Well, you don't want to always bury it. What if you forget it? Always protect fellow pirates. Failure to obey these rules will result in planet walking. I've never got this whole pirate thing where they want to bury the treasure. It's like, because what if something happens to you and someone digs it up? You're going to make someone, like, hella rich, and it won't even be your fault. You probably had every intention to go back to it, something happens to you, and then someone else digs it up, and now they're hella rich because you decided to bury it and not keep it for yourself. I've never understood that. So another day of plunder and destruction on the high seas. Our just buried treasure came under attack again. The evil commander Shelley, the enemy to all pirates, has threatened to take our map if she sees it. Surely she has heard of how valuable our treasure is and wants to steal it from us. Oh, the imagination of like 6-year-old. Oh, it's so cute. We're doing our best to keep the map hidden to continue to work on it, because our enemies want our treasure so bad. We must make sure the map is only reachable to us. To more plunder and riches. Oh, this is so cute.
This looks like a page was ripped out. I wonder if it's the map. Hey, check this out. This page was ripped out. Do you think it's the map?
If it is, there's no way I would have thrown it out. Maybe it's mixed in with the rest of the drawings?
It's funny how they never would have thrown it out, but they lost it anyway.
This map.
I guess it makes sense. You know, these two did so much together that something was bound to get lost in the shuffle. They've already spent like 5 years together.
Chloe and I were doing a lot of drawing in Miss Shelley's class. I wonder if the map is mixed in with her school supplies from that year.
Great job as always, Chloe. Now please try to pay attention in class instead of drawing pictures with Maxie. Oh. Social Studies Stars and Stripes, Chapter 11. Civil War began with southern states wanted to... Let me read that. Secede from the Union. I guess it's discount Brexit? I guess. The President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln, gave the Gettysburg Address and issued the Emancipation Proclamation. Jesus Christ. I mean, these are such big words for a 6-year-old. Like, can we start simple, please? We're only 6, goddammit. I can't even pronounce it and I'm 30. The people who fought to end slavery were called abominers. Oh, god damn it. Harriet Tubman worked with the Underground Railroad to help slaves escape to freedom. In 1864, Congress passed the 13th Amendment, a change to the edition of the Constitution ending slavery. It pretty much that's very much like the Doctor Who episode in the newest series where they meet with Rose Parks. That episode was awesome. The new Doctor Who series was absolutely awesome. Jodie Whittaker nailed it, by the way. I just thought I'd mention that. But she nailed it. She's pretty much my second favorite Doctor behind David Tennant now.
It's so hard to believe. This room, this house, this town, all in the past now. Or soon to be. Who even am I without Chloe?
Aww.
She's the one who's always starting things, pulling us into adventures. I can't imagine life without her. Maybe I haven't told her I'm leaving yet because...
Low-key romantic.
I still can't believe it's real myself.
Oh. Low-key romantic. But of course, they're only like 12 and 13, so they haven't really fully developed like that yet. But it's being unknowingly romantic, and it's really cute. I think that's one thing I did love about this episode, that it was back to them, you know, because since like I said, since 2015, I found it, like when I completed the first game, I found it very hard to let go for such a long time.
Don't move. This angle
They
is
were
perfect.
OTP to a T.
Why be shy? Get in here.
Literally in my view. I think they're OTP to the point that no matter what other shippings I get in the future, nothing will ever beat them. They're literally, yeah. I'm sounding like such a dork right now, but I have no shame.
Subject and photographer. You really do it all, Max.
Yep.
I try.
I think Max is really just a lover of the world and the pictures she wanted to take it in.
I think this was the first class Chloe and I had together.
Oh.
Not sure I learned much about the stars and stripes.
And I wouldn't have really cared because I met my best friend and that's all I cared about. It's funny how she remembers that was their first class but doesn't remember where everything was placed.
Bingo.
So what I just did with the photo there, that's a bit of an homage to the first game, where you get collectibles disguised as photos Max takes in the first game, and they pretty much this whole episode is just a complete homage to the first game, like in the way the photos work, and you know the fact that Max and Chloe in it. You're back at the Price house. So it's a real homage to the first game, and Farewell does really what it says on the tin. It is the final
Didn't we make some
see
crazy
what time will
choice?
ever see these two, with Life is Strange 2 being a completely new universe.
We hid inside a dark cavern, aka the attic.
Of course it would be the attic.
Why did we do that to ourselves?
Because we were 8 years old and the attic was the scariest place we could think of.
Yeah, it makes sense.
You think it's still there?
Should be. As long as the clean police haven't gotten to it first.
Okay, and once we have the amulet and the telescope, we use them to reveal the treasure. Somehow.
Here's what's happening. I'll head to the garage to dig up my old telescope. You go find that amulet. We'll meet out back at the pirate ship.
You mean the swing?
Yes, the pirate ship.
Yes, roll with it, Maxie. Roll with it.
And long Max Silver right again, bitches!
Chloe seems so...
Everyone was convinced Chloe had hit her head on the wall.
If
She's
this
actually just
has
running
to
down the
be my
stairs.
last day here. Might as well have one final pirate adventure.
You stop beating me over the head with a deck 9, please. I don't want you to forget that tidbit.
Chloe said she hid the amulet in the attic. The only way in is through the broom closet.
Broom closet?
The entrance
AKA
to the, dark
the
cavern
airing
is
cupboard,
there.
as the British would call it, I
It's
think.
chosen hiding place for the mysterious amulet.
This is Release Me. It's a
There it
blue
is.
blob.
The dark
I
cavern.
didn't really realize that shirt too much.
Crap. I can't get into the attic if I can't even reach the door.
Aww, it's the
I need
cons
to
of
find
Maxie the
something to stand
Munchkin.
on. I'm sure I can find something around here to boost me up.
Maxie, you know you're a Munchkin. Why would you even attempt to even reach?
Maybe this will make me tall enough to reach.
Oh, maybe I growed a few inches since I last tried to reach it. Makes sense, but no, she was always tiny. I mean, on that, oh,
It's a start.
she really is that short.
I gotta find something I can stack on top of it.
I mean, a bit more on that shipping thing. I believe, like, my found love for Ruby and Bumblebee, which would be Blake and Yang. I think it probably comes close, but
It seems like Chloe's dad always has. a
almost
project
even.
around
I
the
think.
house.
I think it's almost even because Blake and Yang are so similar to Max and Chloe. Actually, when you
Makeup
really
is
think
great
about
for
it,
acting in
in
Halloween
really
costumes.
strange ways.
Any other time, I just don't get it.
Yeah, Max is very plain. You know, she's not a makeup gal.
I guess Chloe never really grew out of wanting to be a pirate.
No, not really. No, I don't think she ever did. Now that I think about it. Can you open, please?
The things inside this cabinet haven't changed very much over the years. Chloe's mom bought me a toothbrush because I spend the night here so often.
Oh.
Well, I used to.
Yeah, pretty much. Because Chloe and Max couldn't really spend more than 5 minutes away from each other.
What can I say on top of that crate to get me closer? I can't believe I won't be able to call Arcadia Bay home much longer.
You can always call it home. You're just moving house. You never leave home. It always stays with you. I know that.
I slipped.
We moved so many times because our family just kept getting bigger.
But Chloe insisted on taking all the blame.
Of course she
Even
did.
after she got grounded, she never squealed. What a friend.
Yeah. That really just makes so much sense.
I don't think I've ever actually seen anyone reading these books.
I think with that, just to go back to what I said earlier, it pretty much got to the point where William and Joyce treated Max as even their own daughter. And I think, even though it probably took a while because of how shy Max is always portrayed, it became mutual in a big way. They were literally her parents outside her parents. You know, they'll obviously never really be on the level of Max's parents, but they became like a secondary family.
Big enough for me to reach, but maybe I can stack things on top of it.
And even she even says it in the first game at one point. She says, "I love William like he was in my own family."
I always like to imagine I could open that
So,
wardrobe and step into another world.
It was like having a second father, really.
I don't think I could ever handle a real-life murder investigation.
Yes, because Deckner had to throw a reference to the first game in there. You'll find out. If you've played it, you already know, but...
Awesome that Chloe's mom wants to teach kids. She'd be really good at it.
Yeah. The College of Arcadia's Early Childhood Education Certification Program. Take the first step and be the first step. Early childhood education is the first step towards a lifelong learning. 9 classes available. And then William, because he's a loving father and husband, if this is what you want, we'll find a way to make it work. Because he's just doting like that. And I love it. Such a great character.
No strikes? How can that be so cool and so dorky at the same time?
Don't judge, Max. You're a total dork. Have no
Mom
shame.
hasn't mentioned a trip. Maybe it's supposed to be a surprise. Oh, so cool. Chloe is such a nature nerd. I bet she's gonna love it.
Yeah. I have a theory about this. Number one is that if they could have taken Max with them, they would have. But I think there's a reason we did this. Because I've always been convinced that William and Joyce knew the whole extent of Chloe and Max's friendship and how, in some cases, it probably was more than that. I think they always knew, but of course they were never really going to push it. They were going to let them figure it out for themselves. But to this, they know that they've grown so close that... And they already know Max's family is leaving to Seattle because obviously Max's parents told Joyce and William. So what they probably did was they did this to... Because I think it's after she leaves. And I think what they do is they planned this as something for Chloe to look forward to and get excited for and to take her mind off Max not being there for a little bit because they knew how much she would struggle without Max being there.
Is that an email from the principal at Blackwell?
So
Chloe did act a little strange when I asked her about school.
That's my theory. A lot of what I will say and talk about, they are theories, but
The principal at Blackwell wants to meet with Chloe.
and the theories I want to believe.
I wonder what about.
So, something about meeting this week. There's a whole bunch of emails. It's like a thread on Twitter. I would like to begin by saying we are thrilled to have Chloe in Blackwell. Rest assured her scholarship is not in jeopardy at this time. However, it seems like she's having trouble transitioning into this new, more challenging environment, which makes a lot of sense. I mean, even without Max being there, if you're on your own and you're going to a new school or a new class, it can be very difficult to adjust for a while. I found that in my primary school years. Myself and Tom Lady Games, we had this couple of friends. We've actually known each other since primary school, for those who don't know. But we had this group of friends that we had, and I remember having to move class and being really so upset with it because I spent so much time with them and I was so used to them that I couldn't have imagined. I didn't even think of that I would one day have to move class and not be with them anymore. But you know, I was like, what, 5, 6, or 7, so obviously I didn't really know what was going on, as you do. And even with new schools, you know, it can be difficult to adjust because it can be more challenging. So that is a legit thing, but there's more underlying reasons behind it. So I'm sure you're as dedicated to Chloe's success here as we are. The future needs excellence. Regards, Ray Wells. And Ray Wells is a douchebag, which will be very evident in later games and installments and everything.
I'm glad her dad stood up for her.
So William replies, Chloe was not the only student to act out that day. And if you ask me, Marissa Rogers isn't the victim, she's the bully. Maybe if both sides of the story were heard before placing blame, your school would be a less challenging environment for your students. Focus on your school, I'll focus on my daughter. Well said, William Price. I love it. I love it. And yeah, Ray Wells is a douchebag that really just, he does that. You know, it'll be clear later. So Joyce writes, I forgot to tell you, Miss Rogers called while we were out yesterday and left a message. It's still on the answering machine, but please be careful when you listen to it. I don't want Chloe to overhear it. We need to figure out how to handle this. I know the principal said her scholarship's in danger, but I still worry. And then William replies, these types of people are exactly why I didn't want Chloe at Blackwell. We'll figure this out, I promise. Aww. It's so cute. I've noticed that the white I'm looking at on my monitor, the white is really saturated with the mouse. I can barely see it.
Sometimes I really wish I had siblings.
Aww. Aaron Price, because of course, you know. One thing I've always noticed with my name is it's probably one of the most common names I've ever seen. I think at one point I was at school and I think there were no less than 5 Aarons there. There were me and 4 others. It's ridiculous. And because there were so many Aarons, so many teachers in my schools always got my name wrong. There were a couple of teachers that always got it right, but there were always these 1 or 2 that always spelt it wrong without fail. It was hilarious. Finally used your pressure washer today, and I just wanted to say thanks again for letting me borrow it. It works like a charm. It's not our dream house, but it can now it can at least be the right color. If you want to come over next weekend to give me a hand with it, there's a cold beer in it for you. Give me a call. Hope everything at work is still going well, and tell Linda I said hello. Aw, I wish we would have met him. He probably just as awesome as William is.
Chloe's mom is trying to quit smoking.
It's funny because I don't think Joyce ever was a smoker. And she isn't. And this is the strange thing. This is a continuity fail, really. Because here you find out that Joyce is trying to quit smoking, but Chloe in the first episode of Before the Storm actually says that she was never a smoker. So that's a continuity fail right there. I don't know why that was put there. It was really strange. Chloe says she was never a smoker, but Max finds nicotine patches and there's cigarettes in the garden. So either William smoked or Joyce did and Chloe just didn't realize.
Chloe's parents are so cute.
Oh, they are. William's just awesome. This is actually a picture that comes up in the first game. So yeah, she's pregnant with Chloe. That's awesome. You know, the Prices weren't ever really rich, but they still managed to go on a lot of holidays, it seems.
The Two Whales makes the best Belgian waffles.
Yeah.
No other diner could even come close.
Yeah, she loves that place. I like Belgian waffles.
It's so sweet that Chloe's
I like a
mom
lot of
takes
food,
this
though.
photo with her to work.
Aw. Such a great family. Max couldn't have asked for a better family to associate herself with. Literally. She couldn't have asked for a better family. Outside her own, obviously, is what I mean.
Almost there. I just need a few more inches.
Really? Are you really that short, Maxie? Damn. Grab the books. I believe that Joyce and William already knew the amulet thing was up there and they just left
that
it.
should be tall enough.
They left it because it was something Max and Chloe liked to have. Lego. Maxie the Munchkin taking to the attic. Gosh, she's so tiny. She reminds me of Sherry in like the Resident Evil 2 remake. Sherry's just so adorably tiny. Spider. Oh jeez.
Awesome.
I'm in.
Man, there is a ton of stuff up here. How will I ever... There it is.
You had to be awkward and put it in the most hard to reach
Chloe
place.
hid the amulet
Yeah.
in the hardest place to get to.
Yeah. So I just...
I need to find a way through. No Sharpie boob jobs. Disappointing.
Really? You said it was cringe-worthy earlier. So as you can probably tell, I'm using my mouse and keyboard to play these games, and as you can see, it's not strenuous on my hands
Her
at all.
parents couldn't part with this. I guess I see where Chloe gets her sentimentality from.
That's a valid point, but I think there's a more underlining reason that involves Hugh, and the
I
fact it's
remember
Hugh.
it took this thing like 100 years to rewind the land before time.
And of course, they watched that movie. That just makes so much sense. Is that actually a
I
movie?
can't get
Actually-
through with this chair here.
No shit. Time to move it.
I think I can squeeze through now.
And these are the pros of being Maxie the Munchkin. You can fit through small spaces. You may not be able to reach tall ones, but you can fit through small ones. See, I'm very short too, and I'm very thin too, so I'm pretty much relatable to Max in that regard. Okay. I think in my first ever playthrough of this game, I actually moved that, and Max, she banged her head, so I'm gonna be careful with that this
I
time.
remember this. Chloe refused to get another goldfish after she had to flush Calico Jack.
Makes sense. I think Chloe is like me in a way as well. She's very much an animal lover.
That's full of decorations Chloe made when she was 5.
Aw,
She thinks they're embarrassing, but I think they're cute.
of course you do. Of course you think they are. Wait, do we have to move this first? I guess we do.
It's a good thing I'm big and burly. Otherwise, moving this furniture would be kind of difficult.
Yeah, so basically with that line,
I need to move that desk, but this dresser is in the way.
time to move it. Yeah, so Max is one of those people that looks like there's not much on her, but she can actually move this stuff.
One step closer.
At least I think Max banged her head when I first did it. She's still good now.
I remember when Chloe and I decorated this. More like it destroyed it.
That makes so much sense. It says pull. Can you pull it again? I know there's something back here, so I guess that's why we're doing it. Yeah, there you go. I kind of wondered why it was there for a moment. I think this is actually only my 3rd time playing this, because I obviously played it when it came out, and then I played it for the first recording of Project PC before I postponed it and waited for
Chloe and I
a brand new
had the
setup
best
that I'm using.
costumes. I bet there's some good stuff
So,
still in there.
yeah, I think this will be my 3rd time ever playing this game. Or this episode, anyway. And this game as a whole,
Long
actually.
Max Silver's eye patch.
Yeah, it would be the first time as the entire game. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, of course we have to wear it, don't
This
we?
will be perfect.
You know, we're doing pirate stuff, so of course, yes.
Arr.
Such a dork. I love it.
That's so cool. I wonder how many different moments this thing has captured.
I want. It's a shame you can't really kind of look at it in more detail to see if there's any pictures, but
Hard to imagine.
it's probably one of those cameras that doesn't really.
I wonder what he was like.
It uses more film than anything digital.
Maybe there's still some things in there.
And of course, if it's analog, Max is gonna totally love it because she loves her vintage stuff.
I guess Chloe's dad went through a hippie phase.
See, it's quite funny because those are obviously very highly colored clothes, which I think hippies traditionally wear. But Chloe always calls Max a hippie, but Max never really wears bright clothes, unless you call these bright clothes, I guess. This is bright plink. This is bright pink. So I guess, I guess I see it now. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I've never really thought about it before like that, but yeah, I think there is a reason why she does that now, because this is bright pink. So
Glad this thing is empty.
older than cola, does that say? It's a cooler, I think. It is. Man, who has this sort of stuff anymore? Our times have changed. Did I move it more in the way?
Yes.
No, I didn't. Okay. You have 2 options with the amulet. You can take the photo here, or you can take it more closer to it. We'll do that. Yeah, I think Chloe and Max purposely left it there so it'd be difficult to get to, but I don't think William and Joyce would have touched it anyway. Anything else here? No.
A fitting reward for a journey full of treasures.
Aww.
This is a nice close-up shot. Got you.
Zoink.
This thing is cool, I guess. I wish I could remember how it works.
It's funny that they don't remember a lot of it. I mean, 5 years is quite a long time when you really think about it. So I kind of get it. I mean, memories of my childhood are very vague as well, to be fair. I only remember certain things. Like first time playing Sonic 2.
My best friend. It's so weird being back in his attic after so long. I remember being terrified of this place. I think when you're a kid, you're only afraid of things that can hurt you. But when you get older, you become more afraid of hurting the people you care about.
Yeah.
And
I don't really
spiders.
relate, but I do get it.
Ha-ha! I have you now, scallywag.
Man, I'm gonna miss her.
Aww. They're so perfect. I hate to be mushy, but in this, in the first game, I'm going to be gushing over them a lot.